Hi, I'm Anthony Strazzella. I'm a prosthodontist here at One Manhattan Dental. You're watching this video today because you have a temporary crown that came out and you're looking for some instruction on how to put it back in. You can always come to our office and have us do this for you, but for many of our patients who are traveling or not easily able to make it in, this is just a way to kind of fix things until you're able to come see us for the final or to have the temporary put back. We should have our temporary cement kit. The only additional materials you'll need are a pair of scissors to open the temporary cement. These happen to be pointy and thin enough that I can also use them to clean the inside of the crown. If you don't have a pair of scissors with a fine point that fits inside of your temporary, you could use a toothpick or the end of a plastic fork or tweezers, anything very small and thin that can get in there with a little bit of sharpness. You'll also want to have a piece of floss and a toothbrush. The first thing we want to do is clean both the temporary restoration and the tooth. The tooth, you can just use a little bit of warm water in your toothbrush and go ahead and just brush the area. For the temporary crown, that's where we're going to use either our pointed scissors or our sharp object, and we're going to go inside and we're going to get rid of just the big pieces of cement. You don't have to worry about getting all the white film and residue out, and mostly just anything that's larger and may interfere with the way the crown seats on top of the tooth. Next, we're going to try the crown in our mouth and make sure that it goes in correctly. Place it over the teeth, make sure it looks correct, slowly bite down and make sure you can bite all the way. If you can't bite down all the way, it's either it's not in correctly or there might still be a little bit of cement inside. So just kind of do that until you have it comfortably and you know it's in the right way. And then at that point, we're going to take it out and we're going to try to maintain that orientation so we know how it goes back in when the cement's in. Set it down on the table where you're familiar with the exact way it goes back. Next, we're going to just dry the temporary crown out, make sure it's clean, and we'll start mixing our cement. This is a two-piece cement kit. It has a base and an accelerator or a catalyst side. So you don't need the entire thing. It's going to be much more than what you'll need for a single tooth. What you do is you'll cut it open, lay it down, and I'll just use the side of this brush here, and I'll put it about halfway and just squeeze the contents out onto the mixing pad. We're going to take the end of this brush and we're just going to mix things together. The goal here is to mix them together and to achieve a uniform consistency. We don't want to see the two different components anymore. We want to have them blended so that's one uniform color. We're going to take the end of our brush and I'm just going to place some on the inside. We're not trying to fill this completely up. We're mostly just trying to coat the inside of the restoration with a thin layer. Now we want to work relatively quickly in mixing this and applying, so there's not an infinite amount of time before the cement starts to harden. Just before this crown goes in, we'll take our gauze, we'll place it over the teeth, and we'll just bite down for a second to make sure things are dry. Immediately after removing the gauze, we're going to go ahead and we're going to place the temporary crown on top of the teeth. You can take that same piece of gauze and bite down again to hold this firmly in place. Make sure it feels correct when you bite so that if it doesn't, you're able to quickly remove it before things completely set up and readjust it. Otherwise, stay biting down on that gauze for about 2 minutes while things set up. Next, we're going to work on cleaning the excess cement out. So we provided these two soft picks to be able to use to help clean the cement. While biting down on the gauze, you'll just take this pick, go between the teeth, and push it through. You can see this temporary is two teeth tied together. You may just have a single tooth. Next thing you can do is you can just take the end of this brush and just run it along the gum line to just scoop up any excess there. You can open and you can gently do so on the inside of the mouth as well. Now for back teeth, it may be helpful to bend this brush so that it has a 90-degree bend, and that way you can more easily get to the back of your mouth and push through the areas in between. Now we'll take our piece of floss. I like to take it and tie a little loop in it or a little knot, and then I'm just going to put it between the teeth, and while biting down, I will pass it through so that that knot goes in between, and then we pull it out the side. We don't want to snap our floss back up through the top and risk popping the temporary out. We're just going to put it through, pull through. After a few minutes and things have fully set up, that's where you can just take your toothbrush again. Any white residue on top of the crown should brush right off. Thank you very much. Please let us know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a great day.